Rise and shine with Global Entertainment News Morning because I am your host, Bella, ready to kickstart your day with all the fresh news and stories. And right here with me, bringing her own spark to the studio is Sola. We'll be taking today's top story from The Punch and Guardian newspaper. And today's top story from The Punch: doctors to begin nationwide strike on Thursday. As the 21-day ultimatum is issued to the federal government draws to a close on July 23rd, the Nigerian Medical Association has warned it will grant medical service nationwide if the government fails to meet its demand. Its president, Prof. Bala Audu, who confirmed this in an exclusive interview with our correspondent on Sunday, noted that the association was prepared to take decisive actions should the government fail to respond adequately to its demand. Prof. Audu stressed that the association demands were critical to the survival of the Nigerian healthcare system and the welfare of medical professionals across the country. The NMA had on July 2nd issued an ultimatum in protest against a circular from the National Salary, Income and Wages Commission on the revised allowance for medical and dental officers in the Federal Public Service, which the doctor kicked against for violating prior agreements. The association issued a 21 days ultimatum to the federal government to withdraw the circular and meet its other demand to avert industrial action in the health sector. We have made our position clear. The ultimatum ends on the July 23rd, and if the federal government does not address our demand, we may have no choice but to proceed with a strike, he says. According to him, the circular contained provisions that were not mutually agreed upon and which determine the remuneration and welfare of medical professionals.
Yeah, this is so bad. Imagine I can't even imagine, or let me say, phantom the health sector going on a strike. What of those in the hospital fighting for their life, battling a lot of things? How do they want to cope? God, this is not something we should be arguing about. Once the health sector says they need something, the government should not even doubt it. They should just provide what they need immediately because without this, how do they want to sustain what they are doing? How do they want to sustain the lives they are protecting? This is so sad, so bad.
Well, talking about the doctors going on a strike, I feels like this thing is not something that they have to go in and then come back and say that after a brief discussion with them, with the government, or let me say few payments is being made and then the full ones is not being made, they should just go back on their strike. I know the life is going to be affected, and
Yeah,
then talking
lots.
about the private health sectors as well, they are actually on a high rank of demands right now that if you don't have such amount of
They
money,
won't do anything.
so let's look into this as our government who are not actually taking anything serious, because if we wanted to measure a lot that needed to stop working because of the way the government is neglecting, I feel the whole country is going to go into a total darkness. So I expect our government to actually walk into
Yeah.
this and see through it. Well, let's move on. NSCDC arraigned suspect in 159 million visa scandal. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Ekiti State Command has arraigned a suspect, Abigail Timothy, over an alleged 159 visa scandal. The NSCDC Public Relations Officer for the command, Tolulope Afolabi, says the suspect was apprehended and arraigned following allegation of defrauding one pastor at Dewosi Tiba Tope Samuel and other victims of a total sum of 159 million naira. Afolabi, in a statement in Ado Ekiti on Saturday evening, stated that following the conclusion of the preliminary investigation, the matter has been formally charged to court. The case is currently before a competent court of jurisdiction in Ado Ekiti, which gave an order for the detention of the suspect at the correctional center pending the continuation of the trial. The Ekiti NSCDC will continue to ensure diligent prosecution in line with the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with utmost handling of suspects in connoissance with the Constitution of Nigeria and international best practice. The CD Pro says, giving details of the matter, Apolabi said, the suspect, Abigail Brain Timothy, alleged deceived Pastor Adewosi by falsely claiming that she has the capacity and connection to procure visas and work permits for 65 persons whom the pastor introduced to her as his clients.
This is so sad, and at the same time, it's quite funny. 159 million naira. That's what we used to say that whenever you want to do things, go through the right process. Make sure, no, even though, well, I can't blame the pastor though, probably because he was thinking, me going through the right process, it will take a longer time, it will delay them and all. That's why he actually had to go through this route that is not supposed to go. Imagine that 159 million naira. The girl thinks she's smart though.
Well, it is not about thinking that it's smart. This thing has been actually in the majority of workforce in Nigeria when it comes to illegal affairs or when fake visas and all. And then most people actually make it through that they have to take the road through, travel through the Sahara Desert and all that, and then just to make it outside the country because they were being promising that once you get there, they have the belief that even if there's no work or there's no resident for them or there's no visa
They will
permit for
survive.
them, when the moment they get there, they are going to survive sleeping in the cold and all that. And then that has been a mentality of Nigeria. So many people are actually using this to take advantage of those that are eager, desperate to actually
Go
jump
there,
out
yeah.
into the outside country
Mm-hmm.
because they feel that there is a greener pasture there. A lot has been flying, even those that you don't even have a complete paper, all they just focus on. So the pastor is not actually a victim. He was actually in a part of it. It feels like when everything is going to, he's also going to get his
Yeah, he
own
was so
share.
desperate. Yeah.
That is it. So let's move on. Smuggling. Indian police seize $4 million drug from Nigerian woman. A Nigerian woman, Doris Etumodon, has been arrested at a railway station in India with narcotic estimated to be worth over 6 billion naira, about $4 million. Punch Metro has learned. Etumodon was arrested on Friday at the Pavel railway station, Maharashtra, while alleged traveling with an infant identified as Miracle, according to a report by an Indian online news platform, Deccan Herald, on Saturday. The joint operation was conducted by the Railway Protection Force of Central Railway Pavel, the Narcotic Control Bureau, Bengaluru, and the Crime Intelligence Branch, Kula, Mumbai. The suspect was reportedly on board train number 12618 Hazrat Nizamduni Makolam Mangala Express and was intercepted following intelligence received by the NCB Mungalu.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Kudos to those that were able to catch her, that they were able to catch her for what she has done. Because the F1 for you bringing something from Nigeria down to India, though it is vice versa. But they should keep on the good work, and I know with time it will reduce. Let me just say, let's have faith in it that with time it will reduce.
Well, I'm still going to say that when it comes to drug trafficking is not something that is going to reduce, especially the situation in the country. Many people are going to go into it. It was before that everything was okay. You know that if you receive your salary, you know what you're going to spend it and it's what's valuable. Not now that everything is going upside down. That I don't think that this thing is going to get any reduction in any time soon. If the government fail to actually provide the things that the citizen actually needed. I know it's going to be, it sounds like, what is it that is the government that has to come into this? If there are better working system in Nigeria, I'm telling you that many crime rate is going to reduce in the country. You're only going to see few that is going to go into crime because they know that they are receiving a good amount of money. There is currently is in Nigeria. I don't think that crime rates, smuggling drugs, and all that is going to go down anytime soon. People that is going to go into it because they know that there is a big money coming in. If you are not being in a legit work and then there's no enough money for you to actually cater for your family, I'm telling you that you're going to consider a second thought of that. The illegal
business.
is
Yeah.
the moving business now. So that is it. Well, on today's top story from the Guardian, businessman raised alarm over police harassment. A Lagos-based businessman, Olufemi Fashomi, has raised concern over alleged illegal police activity, including repeated lock-up of homes and businesses, alleged orchestrated by officers acting in collusion with land grabbers. The owner of the property located at number 10 Kudirat Abiola Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos State, appealed to the Inspector General of Police Kayode Ibetoku and Assistant Inspector General AIG Police of Police Zone 2, Onikan, Lagos. Ade Doke Fire Ade to address the situation. According to Fashion, the land in question was lawfully acquired by his father in 1961 and remained duly registered with the Lagos State Land Registry at Alausa. This property is not only our home but also our legacy. We have been here for over 60 years. However, since my father passing in 2004, land grabbers has been threatening us. Now, with the alleged backing of some rogue officers, the harassment has intensified, he lamented. He identified one Mr. William as a known land grabber claiming to act as a consultant of the unnamed Omo Onile local landowner, allegedly leading multiple invasion on the premises. Fashewu recounted that on June 4th, 2025, police officer locked up the family residence, a restaurant run by a tenant, and adjoining building under occupation. Number valid court under or warrant was presented during the lockup.
This has been happening. This is not the first time we've been hearing about police harassment whatsoever, either land grabbing or from the road or anything. Then locking people up here and there without even investigating on the particular matter. I think it is high time. I will not even say it is high time because they need to actually stop it.
Exactly.
Imagine some officers coming together just to try someone that has been living in a particular place for over 6 years. You people coming together just to try to send the person out because of the money you are going to get from it. Is high time for them to stop.
Well, talking about a land grabbing in, let me not just say it happens in Lagos, it's happening
Everywhere.
everywhere. And
Yeah.
then most of these things are actually a bad thing. I feel like police getting involved in this thing is really a sad one because you, as a security personnel, should not be involved in this kind of a thing to the point that you have to arrest the tenants there twice, not just like
It's not even the tenant, it's the owner of the house they arrested.
he arrested the tenant as well and then locked up the
Imagine.
house and then trying to make those people, the land grabbers, to actually have a claim over the land. The property that belongs to his parents for over 60 years is really, really saddening because the security personnel should not be involved in this. You are the one that's supposed to put in peace into this,
Settle what
to make
is
settle
amid them.
everything, but not for you being involved in the atrocity. It's very bad. Well, let's move on. Two died in river court crash. Two persons have reportedly been killed in a violent clash between rival court group in Ikom local government of Cross River State. The conflict involving members of the KK and the Viking conflict erupted last week, according to sources. The violence escalated with the killing of one person on July 12th, followed by another fatal attack on Wednesday night, July 16th. One other victim is reportedly in critical condition. The last victim was murdered in Okoni community, while the second killing occurred in Akam, both within the Oluluwam ward of Ikom local council. It is a clash between the KK and the Viking conflict. The Viking have killed two clans members. The first killing happened at about 10 p.m. on Saturday in Okoni, and the second occurred on Wednesday night in Akam, a source in the community says. The source further disclosed that one person is currently hospitalized, adding, "This is the first time we are witnessing court-related death in Olulumo land."
This is so sad, and my condolences to those that lost their life. But when we are talking about court clash and all, it has been happening over and over again. All I'll just say that because I don't see what they gain in this thing. They said, "Who killed by sword shall be killed by sword." This thing is not as if you are gaining money. It's not as if you are gaining popularity, or let me say, probably there's small power in it, but the power does not last long. All these things, why are they joining it? We keep talking about it over and over again. This thing is of no use. There is no benefit in this thing. But how I wish the youth can just listen and just stay away from this particular thing.
Well, to actually stay away because when it comes to political rivalry and all that, they are part of what they use as their own. And then I feel like there's something that they needed to look into and see that those politicians that are using them has never
Exactly.
used their own children. Instead, they send them outside country. The moment they pay them peanuts and then they share it among themselves, the money does not even last. And then it's all played up. That is really sad. And then our country is dipping into this thing of a court and all that, and then it's really a sad one.
Ah, so sad.
Well,
Responding, we're not giving a positive vibe. How did we want them to continue? Imagine the bridge is not okay, and you people are still doing a lot of things that can endanger your life, the passenger's life, and a lot of people's life. Still, you keep on doing it. Some people just turn a blind eye to it, thinking, no, there's nothing you can do. I have someone that can, if you left me up, you do this. I have someone that can bail me out and all, which is not good. It's bad.
Nigerian right from time we never set any rules, and then some of us don't actually know how to
At
follow
all.
rules. So we just do whatever that we feels like is best. Well, let's move on. Customs seized 1.8 billion naira contraband oil PMS smuggling from Lagos, Ogun to Benin Republic. Among the items seized were 3,500 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 50 kilogram each, equivalent to 6 trailer load, 304 kilograms of cannabis, sativa, Indian hemp, and 7,900 liters of premium motor spirit (PMS) packed in 316 jerry cans of 25 liters each. The Nigerian Customs Service, in its ongoing anti-smuggling operation, have seized Benin Republic bound contraband goods and petroleum products destined value at over 1.8 billion, 84 billion naira. The operation carried out between June 3rd and July 18, 2025 across the southwest states under Zone A led to the interception of many categories of prohibited imports and the disrupt of an illegal fuel import syndicate with 9 suspects arrested in connection to the crime. The Controller General of the Customs, Bashir Adeni, announced this faith during a briefing at the Federation Operation Unit, Zone A headquarters in Ikeja, Lagos.
Yeah, kudos to the NCS for the work they've done. Like you said, illegal business cannot be scrapped from from the world. Don't let me use Nigeria